Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons. Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, to get this one going. And we're underway in Atlanta. Return coming from the 6. And a good effort here as he gets it out past the 35-yard line. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. A give to Irving to start this drive. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
Four yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Mayfield now from the gun. Catch made by Bucky Irving. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
1st and 10. Ball set up at the 48. Running right, it's Irving. And the cutback to the middle is the right call. That is 8 yards on the carry. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
And this drives him back at a field goal range, Brock, as he stopped for loss of yardage.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Couldn't connect across the middle. It's an incomplete pass. Well, no look on his first look of the game, so they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable in an incomplete.
On 4th down, the Buccaneers trying to put 3 on the board with Chase McLaughlin. He better get all of this one. It's got a ways to go. They send a tight end in motion. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Chase McLaughlin now to try the Buccaneers field goal. He better get all of this one. It's got a ways to go. Oh my goodness, they're faking it. How about that? Cut for a first. And they make the tackle, but the fake works. They've got a new set of downs.
These holders are always prepped to throw it in case of a bad snap on a kick, right? Well, he's happy to have a pass scripted for him this time. It was the right call, and he put the throw right on the money.
They're set up at the 35 now. Irving here from the gun. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. From the 32. Dump off caught by his back. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
They'll come up 1st and 10. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. A.J. Terrell making that stop.
It's pretty clear you're trying to find ways to get this player in space, right? That's where he's most dangerous. But the defenders made sure they kept him contained and limited what came of that one.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Shotgun handoff to Irving. And looks like he gained about 3 yards. It's also going to bring up 3rd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. From the gun, Mayfield escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's stopped as we get closer to our first points of this ball game. It's going to be 1st and goal now.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
First down, here's Baker. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
This throw is caught. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Six defensive backs out there. Falcons in the dime on 3rd. Baker now from the gun. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal.
Kate, I've talked to you over the years of the transition to the NFL where the windows to throw are small. On 3rd down, smaller. Put dime defense on the field, and those windows become almost non-existent.
And they apparently don't want a field goal to start this game. They want 6. They're going for it. Once more, it's Mayfield. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he won't come through on 4th and goal. And their first drive won't end in points after all. He stopped, and they're going to turn it over on downs.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything, and boy, did they ever attack it.
They're going to run it here. It's Bijan Robinson. And they'll stop him after he picks up 4 to begin this drive.
That run right there, that kind of feels like your missed opportunity defensively. Got him backed up, and you played it well enough to contain the run, but you didn't play it well enough to damage the run.
Finds him over the middle. And this gets them well away from dangerous. He is up past their 20. They gain 14 on the play. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They're now set for 1st and 10. Here's a handoff for Algier. And he picks up 5 on that first down run, brings up second down. We're through 1/4 of this opening weekend of football. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll make our return to Mercedes-Benz Stadium after this. Back for our second quarter. It's Falcons football. They have second down and 5. From the gun, it's Robinson. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Every offense in this league is looking for a back who can be an athlete and a bruiser at the same time. You feel lucky if you got one. Someone who can, well, eat up space when the lanes are open and deliver a little punishment to stretch plays when that tackler tries to meet him in the hole.
First and 10 from the 41. Staying with Robinson. And he's going to have this down to the 42-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And the Falcons will have a first.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Here's first and 10 from the 42 as this opening drive continues. A give to Algier on the inside handoff. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays, the ones that amount to really very little statistically, and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, but they could be the big gains of next week.
Finds him on the crossing route. And they're going to be working from the red zone as he reaches the 16. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
The drive picks up here, first and 10. Here's Robinson up the middle. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They go play action. Here's Penix. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. Shut down after a gain of about a yard. That's going to bring up 4th down. So now on is Younghoe Koo for the Falcons field goal. The upright's 31 yards away, dead ahead.
I'd say all in all, that's the exact type of start this team was looking for. 2 possessions in, they've got the lead, and a little early momentum with that field goal.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Johnson with a return here. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. First call here coming from the shotgun. Drive begins with a run by Irving. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Now Mayfield. Rolling left, buying some time. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Mayfield set to pass. Forced out to his right. He's running for it. And he's going to be sent out of bounds just after he crosses the 35. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that first down anyway. Ugh.
First down, ball at the 36. Irving on the inside give. And he's not going to be happy picking himself back up after this. They're sent backwards on first down.
Give some credit to the defense on that one. We don't see him get fooled into making the wrong read very often in the RPO. That's why the RPO, in fact, is part of their game to begin with. He normally makes the right call. He didn't do it there.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Here's Baker to throw. The Falcons getting close, and they take him down. And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
Well, the first sack of the game, Kate, as you just called, is a big one. And they're going to make this guy pay if he's trying to play too much hero ball. Got to find a way to get the ball out of your hand.
Started a little slow, but we've arrived at the 2-minute warning. And it's the Buccaneers. In trouble. It's 3rd and real long here. Throwing, Baker. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Penix now. They'll try to set up the screen. Here's Robinson. And this one doesn't go far.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Penix now to throw. Here comes a screen. Algier. Still going through by a man, and now he's in the clear. And he is stopped with authority there, but that stop came later than they'd like as he gets a good bit and that first down. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be its second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. First down, ball at the 36. Penix working from the gun. Nabbed by Kyle Pitts. And he'll get it up to the 44. The Falcons take a timeout to their final one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Penix is going to throw again. He gets a lot behind one, deep downfield. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, third down coming up.
Kate, it just kind of feels like they've met their match with this defense. So many plays, well, they've just not ended the way they were drawn up. Fortunately, well, their defense is doing the same. You really feel like which offense can get into rhythm is going to find a way to win this game.
Penix throwing, 3rd and 2. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
I'll say, Kate, that defense looked even better, sharper on 3rd down than they did on 2nd. They played that one so tight there was no window to throw.
So with the Falcons set to punt on 4th, on comes Bradley Pinion. And this is going to be his first punt of the new season. He calls for the fair catch and has it at the 22-yard line. Beginning a new drive here, but just 16 seconds to go before halftime. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down. Tampa spends its second timeout now. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. From the 24. That's caught. It's Cade Otton. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. New set of downs for him at the 38. He'll throw it. And this falls incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining. Tried getting it to Emeka Egbuka. And it sets up 2nd down.
Safe to say there's been an early disconnect between the planning phase and the execution phase for this offense. Might be time, Kate, really to get back to basics, to the calls that you just trust the most.
They put a receiver in motion right. A final throw before the break. Searching for somewhere to throw well behind the line. And in a blink, they are up to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. Here's Jamal Agnew on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Getting a pistol formation here first as they come to the line. Beginning on the ground with Algier. Well, these drives quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play sat down behind the line.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Gave away a couple on the first down run. Now it's going to be 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, Penix. Got a man, it's Drake London. And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. They pick up 20 yards there. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Robinson on the inside give. His push straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Levante David, like so many times in his career, making that tackle. On second down, Robinson. And this is going to get him right up near that first down, but he's marked short after a gain of 7, third down. Oh, saw some movement there. That's going to cost them 5. So third down becomes much tougher for him as 3rd and 1 becomes 3rd and a much more difficult 6. So the false start makes this a far tougher call now, 3rd and 6. Penix here from the gun. Throw left side, complete. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter, but they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
The Falcons getting ready for the punt. And this will be his second effort of the contest. And he's got this fair catch right along the 12-yard line. Tampa Bay bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And he's brought down as the drive starts out with a 4-yard gain.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. But that's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
First down run, nabs him 5, now 2nd and 5. Motion man sent left. From the 17. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up. Emeka Egbuka, the intended target. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. Mayfield now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. Jukes out a one-stop. And this winds up being an excellent play for him from deep in their own territory up approaching that 30-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
On 1st down, they're going to run with Irving. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send him backwards.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Short pass brought in. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. From the gun, Mayfield. Got his man. It's Auden. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. On the give, this is Irving. Good defensive effort here, drives them back across midfield onto their own side.
Hey, range? Range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Baker now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Baker now off the play fake. Connects on the crosser. And this is going to be down to, it looks like about the opposing 36 for their next snap. 3rd and 18 kills most drives, right? But they find an opening and hit it to pick up the first.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on 1st down.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's Buccaneer football. They trail, but it's still within reach for them. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Here's the give to Irving. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. They're a rookie out of Oklahoma there to make that play.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Baker now from the gun. This is hauled in by on the right side. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much, but he got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
From the red zone now. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And they're going to keep him out once again. That sends him backwards, brings up 3rd and goal.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
A big moment for them here to begin this new season. Here's 3rd and goal. Sticking in the air. Here's Mayfield. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense a down away from completing this stand. It's 4th and goal. So Chase McLaughlin is on in a high-pressure spot. This from 35 yards away. Kicked well, and this is good! And in the 4th quarter, that's going to tie the game!
After I'd imagine dozens and dozens of kicks into that net on the sideline staying warm, Kate, he finally gets his chance to knock a field goal through the uprights. And of course, he wasn't going to whiff on that opportunity.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Here's Agnew on the return. Big shot at the end of that run back as he gets it just past the 20. Falcons getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. They go play action. Here's Penix. Completed to his running back. And he's going to be a yard shy of the first as they force him out after the gain of 9.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 32. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's tackled for no gain.
It was as if the defense knew what play was coming. That was a play they knew they could defend, and boy, did they ever, stopping it right at the line of scrimmage.
And for the Buccaneers, it's a nickel look. 3rd down coming. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First and 10 are under Robinson. This one is stopped after about a 5-yard pickup. The tackle made it to 45.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he can do like we just saw.
Second and 4. Completed over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Here's a give to Robinson. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
That's the 2-minute warning here from Atlanta. Falcons pushing to get within range for a game winner. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Penix working from the gun. You look underneath here, Robinson. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Good moving drive, but it could stall out here. We've got 3rd and 4. Looking to throw it. Finds his back. It's Robinson. He has room past the 25. Touchdown, Atlanta! The Falcons have taken the lead late. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. So how about the determination there? This game has been as hard fought as you will see. But they grab hold of the lead here with a late touchdown that may just win them the ball game.
You could almost feel them saying, Kate, we don't want overtime. Let's go out and get it done now. They accomplished their goal, but you do have to ask the question, did they leave too much time on the clock? Stay tuned.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Johnson now on the return. This makes it up to the 25. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Back to throw. That's brought in downfield by Otten. And they are all the way across midfield before he's brought down. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the 2 of them.
Two timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Picked off by, I love this name, Devon Diablo. And the Falcons make the play that should win them this game. New set of downs for him from the 46. On the toss, it's Algier. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
They got out ahead of that one, and good thing, too. That effort, right? Just that pursuit, that want-to, may have prevented a big play, and instead, well, they nearly got him for a tackle for loss.
Lining up to take a knee on second down. Tampa spends its second time out now. And they'll have just one left to burn now. Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. They're going to pass it here. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's out of bounds, so that clock is going to stop, Brock, but it's not going to matter. They've got the first down. This game is over. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. So here's their third and final timeout. 7 seconds left in this game. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. They take a knee, and their season has begun exactly how they wanted it to, with a win. So the Falcons earn the win in this one. And this isn't just any 1-0 start for them. They pick up what could end up being a key division victory to have later in this season. So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. A well-earned win for the Falcons as we say goodbye from Atlanta.